Today's video, I've decided to challenge myself and I'm gonna see how many designer bags I can make using these cargo pants. Already ripped a hole. 14.5 hours in. What is that? That's not, but before we get to that, as you guys can see, I'm not in the studio right now. I don't have my machine. I don't have any materials. I don't even have a tripod. I've used sticky tape to attach my phone to an easel. The only thing I have brought with me is a painting that I've been working on. Usually it takes me, quite a few sessions to get all the values right because I'm a perfectionist. We're gonna try and do it all today. Here's what it's looking like at the moment, very much a work in progress. Realistically, this shouldn't take me more than a few hours. I'm pretty notorious for painting super slow, though it would go a lot smoother if my camera stayed in place. Even when I have made some progress, I might put it up to dry and I won't even touch it again for another 6 months or even a year later. Painting as a hobby, that does seem pretty common. 10 past 2, you can see that there. I've done nothing. It feels like I've done nothing. Placed in all the highlights, now I'm working on the shadows. I got really fixated on the thumb. It gives you an idea on why I take so long. It's just getting fixated on the little details. Still in progress, day's not over yet, so let's keep going. I started at around 12, dedicating most of the afternoon to doing this, and to be honest, I'd probably be a lot faster if I wasn't straight vibing. If you've seen my earlier videos from last year, you'd know I'd prefer oils as a medium, which requires a lot of focus and patience, especially within my style. It's 5:30 on the dot, 5.5 hours, and the progress I've made, look, I definitely didn't do what I set out to do. Looking at it before and after, it's definitely progress. To be fair, I am very well out of practice. Thankfully, this isn't what the video is about, but maybe next time we'll finish it off. More progress will be made on that in the future. All right, I'm starting to think bigger and better. Look, you read the title, you already know what this is about. I've got all of these cargo pants, mostly thrifted, but I've got a few pairs in here that are brand new. This denim one, brand new, never worn. We've got a wide variety of colors and materials. If you think 6 pairs weren't enough, I also have some shorts here as well. Excuse me, this is a presentation. I'm sorry. The shorts are obviously limited in material, given that there's a lack of length. So a potential combination of the both of them will make a pretty nice bag. And as for the rest of them, we've got denim, we've got nylon, mostly nylon, I'll be honest. Cotton cargos as well. This won't be a quick and easy project. As you can already assume, I've got a lot of work ahead of me. First things first, I need to rip them all apart. I need to be careful, making sure I don't rip anything I need to use. Already ripped a hole. Come on, man, this is the first pair of pants. I'm ripping them at the seam so I can sort of maximize the amount of material. The pants do all have unique features that I want to make use of. Some of these cargo pockets have zips, different shapes, and obviously they're all different colors. This one that I'm pulling apart right now even has an embroidered cherub. So I definitely want to make use of that and just all the little features that sort of make each of these pants unique. I've only been here for an hour and I've pulled apart 4 pairs of pants. I have another 4 to go. Every single pants that I've tried to rip apart with this, gone straight through the fabric. Just over 2 hours pulling those apart. Now I'm ready to break up these materials even further. I have a fair idea with what designs I'm pursuing for all of these. This denim cargo design will most likely be the easiest. If you've seen my other videos, you'd know I don't generally use a pattern. Some of my more simplistic designs don't need a pattern and I just measure and cut. But I want some of these designs to be similar length and width. This is literally just a tote bag that I liked the length of. Pulled it apart and using one side for the pattern. Still pretty small for what I'm making, so I'm just adding an extra 2 or 3 inches. I have a couple more of these easy ones that will be really quick to cut out, a beige and a black. These will be different in design, so I'm using another generic bag pattern just to cut these out. And we can progress into the more complex, more time-consuming pieces. Because I'm using cargo pants, I want to try and use a cargo pocket in every single design. That's another 2 designs. These are obviously going to be a similar shape, but with different hardware, different cargo pockets. They will be unique to their own. And these didn't take too long, 3 hours and 50 minutes. The rest of this will definitely take some time. It'll be interesting to see how these come together, given that I've just taken a standard pattern and made them bigger. If one doesn't work, the other one won't work, That's phase 1. It's hard to imagine this was 8 cargo pants, but all cut down to size. It took way longer than I expected. We're sitting on 8 hours and 48 minutes. The first few I showed you were by far the easiest to cut out. Some of these designs just took a little bit longer, and I'm about to show you why. Today I can finally move on to sewing, and I'm gonna start out with the patchwork designs. It's the ones that will take the longest to sew and piece together and just make sure everything's right. This alone will be a challenge in itself. I've just sort of roughly estimated the seam allowance, so what I've prepared mentally might not actually work out the exact same way that I planned it to. I think it was something like this. I can't remember, but we'll see. I'm starting off with this green patchwork design. I'm definitely most keen to see how this piece is together, using 3 different shades of green and all combined sort of giving a military-esque look. And the way I've mapped out this patchwork is definitely going to be one of my favorite designs. This whole process is very repetitive. Pinning, sewing, ironing, back to pinning, sewing, ironing, pinning, sewing, ironing, pinning, sewing, ironing, pinning, sewing, ironing, sew, ironing, sew. That's one side finished. Looks pretty good. I'm very much happy with that. The green looks so overexposed. Just under an hour, which I feel like is pretty good. That's the patchwork process. I've got the other side of the bag to do. I think there might be more patches. I honestly can't remember at this point. If I can do that in an hour, then I'm sure I can do this other one in an hour. It's not a race. I don't need to be my highest score or anything.
A few moments.
Another hour in, we finished the second panel. I got stuck on the zip because I didn't know which way I wanted to put it. Decided to put it on the side. There's more pockets here on both of them that you can't even see, that you can't even conceive. Obviously, it takes a fair bit of time and dedication just to put together even one of these designs. For 2 hours work, look, that's pretty much what you'd expect. I'm gonna move on to a more complicated design now. All the patches are on an angle and I'm creating the different shape instead of just a patchwork square of little squares. This so far probably doesn't make a ton of sense at all. Even I'm confused looking at this. Kind of makes me wish I didn't just guess the seam allowance. I'm looking at this trying to make sense of it. I don't know what I've done. Like, what the fuck? What is this? Wish me luck to figure that out. Ta-da! Figured it out, though it probably still looks like a mess. At a glance, I know you guys are probably thinking, what is this? What is that? That's not, all I'll give you right now is trust the process. Over on this side, you'll see that I have all the other bags ready to go. They don't quite look like bags just yet. 14 and a half hours in. I'll be honest, this one took 2 hours. This one I was able to nail down in an hour. And the denim one, as expected, was the easiest of them all. Took about 30 minutes. This one also took about an hour each. This next part of the process is mainly a lot of measuring and cutting, squaring things off and making sure that both panels are the right size. Just the start of seeing all that hard work come together and take form. Another hour on the clock. Seeing this go up and knowing I've spent over 15 hours on cargo pants alone, I'm beginning to question what am I doing with my life? Probably the last look you'll get at the unfinished bags. For the most part, I am done here. Now it's time to cut out the lining. I wish this part of the process was a little more exciting, but it's pretty much taking the patterns that we've made, lining them out on the fabric, rinse, wash, repeat. Just a lot of the same thing, measuring and marking before we get to the cutting. Most of my recent bags have this weatherproof canvas lining. In some cases, I just wish I had something a little bit better quality. So for these bags, I'm going for a mid-weight canvas. I'm not making things based on what's suggested and what's readily available to use. I genuinely want all of these to last as long as possible, which includes lining it with something a bit better quality and a bit more durable. And I now have everything I need to finish off these bags except one vital thing. I ordered new branding labels like 2 weeks ago and I was counting on them arriving today or even tomorrow, but they just hit me back saying that they haven't even been shipped. That does buy me some time to think about how I can make all of these designs better. By now, I'm sure you can assume that all of these bags will have an exterior pocket, but what about the inside? So that's the plan for today, giving all the larger bags an interior flat pocket, and the smaller bags I'll give a double flat pocket on the inside as well. There really isn't too much to do there. It's a pretty easy job and shouldn't take too long, which means I should also have enough time to prepare all the straps and just get everything ready. These first few are pretty easy. It's a matter of folding the fabric in half, turning them the right side out, finishing it off with a secured top stitch, and these next straps will be completely adjustable, made from a heavy-duty nylon strapping, using some recycled metal hardware. This is perfect for the smaller crossbody shoulder bags. That's kind of it for today until we get those labels. You guys won't even believe this. Put together this new design with a custom fleur-de-lis and a hidden message for the wearer, something that speaks more for the brand that I'm trying to build. I'm sorry, what? This right here, this is not what I ordered. The size of these Bro ordered clothing labels and they thought I meant doll's clothes. The text is hardly even legible. Can you read that? It's supposed to be 4.5 by 9 centimeters. This is what I get, 75 miniature tiny ass What am I supposed to do with that? Thankfully, I've got 4 of these old tags left. That doesn't even cover all the bags, but maybe I can make this work. We're sitting on 20 hours right now. I did a little bit of work off camera, just starting like the basic construction. If I can get this done in the next 4 hours, this will bring some sort of innate satisfaction. As small as these tags are, they're not completely useless. I'll place all of these in a seam on the right side of each bag, so it does stick out and it is still technically branded with KRISTOV. It just won't hit as hard as I wanted it to. I think I might finish off these smaller bags first. Each of these will have a zip closure, so they'll take a little bit longer than the bigger pieces. 4 hours should be more than enough time to finish things off.
Breaking news, everything is bad.
Forget what I said about 4 hours being enough. I've only finished one bag. There's a lot of moving parts on these small bags. It's gonna take as long as it takes. I'll definitely get most of this finished today, but look, if some needs to carry on to tomorrow, so be it. At this point, I realized if I wanna get this finished in a reasonable amount of time, I really have to lock in and just focus on doing the work. Underestimating how long these smaller bags would take me was kind of throwing me off. I know once these are out of the way, these bigger designs won't take nearly as long to finish off. I don't know if I'm slow or if this is genuinely just how long it takes to put together this many designs all at once. Normally I'm working on one piece at a time, giving as much attention as I can to perfecting the one design. So I'm not used to going from one to the next consecutively, but that's something I really wanted to challenge myself with. I keep working on this for another few hours before I decide I'm not even gonna film the rest. I literally have so much to edit as it is. At some point I just decided I'll do the rest in the morning. So I started today finishing off the lining, which literally took 1 hour, and that is nothing compared to the 5 hours I invested just constructing those small bags. That's all I'm doing here, sewing in the lining and finishing them all off with a top stitch. To be honest, it was a much needed relief. I was so glad to be finished. A total of 27.5 hours spread out over 2 weeks, 8 cargo pants and 3 meters of fabric. Just to finally show you not one, not even 2, but 7 unique bag designs all made from these old cargo pants. And I tell you what, it's both rewarding and relieving to be finally finished. The denim cargo tote, the easiest one to make and the biggest one out of the lot. Featuring 5 pockets in total, I used both cargo pockets and both back pockets on either side of the bag. And then of course the single interior flat pocket, using most of the material from both legs to create the width. You can see that in the diagonal seam that runs across the bag. Patchwork double cargo tote featuring 3 pockets, including the interior. This one's a combination of the 2 nylon Nike cargos. I think the black and the green work really well together. Tried my best to sort of make the front and the back the same, but reversing colors. So one side's primarily green with black and the other side's primarily black with green. The last for the tote designs, we have the patchwork military tote. 1 interior pocket, 3 cargo pockets, a flat zip pocket, and there's an additional 2 zip pockets. Hidden behind the 2 larger cargo pockets, I've mainly used the 1 pair of olive green cargos, but I've also made some patches from the pair of shorts. This other shade of green that almost looks gray compared to the rest, just some leftover scraps that I had lying around from another pair of cargo pants. That's also a video as well. Got 3 crescent crossbody bags, the black nylon with a single exterior pocket, sort of caramel brown nylon with 3 exterior pockets, flat pocket with Velcro closure on one side, and the same flat pocket with Velcro closure, and a zip pocket on top. My personal favorite, we've got it in cream as well, another Velcro closure flat pocket, and a single zip pocket on the other side. They're all adjustable with zip closure and double pockets on the interior. Final bag, the one that almost didn't make the cut, the patchwork hobo. This is a combination of the shorts we started out with. It is on the smaller side, but overall I'm pretty happy with the finished design. 2 cargo pockets with snap button closure. Both of these are from the green shorts, while the black, see these little pleats on either side of the strap? They were the cargo pockets. I just wanted to use the folded material and create some texture in this design. That's 7 unique designer bags, all made from old cargo pants, and it's honestly something you can do yourself. I really feel like I challenged myself in my current knowledge and skill set. To be honest, I'm kind of over bags for now. I need to expand into something else. I'm also sick of saying cargos and pockets and fucking zips. If you like any of these designs, they're all online now, KRISTOV.store. A lot of you guys like process and unique ideas, so we're gonna do a lot more of this. The channel's growing steadily and we are almost at 10K, so don't forget to hit subscribe. If not for the love of the game, then just for the love of just existing. I'm a big bag